Welcome to the show. In this episode, with all things sort of summer coming to an end and back to school, and I've also been doing some traveling recently, and as I'm sure many of you, your kids and your family have been as well, I wanted to take a look at what airline in the US has sort of the most lost and delayed bags. Before we get started, go ahead and please subscribe, like, share our videos. It always helps to help us know what kind of content you're enjoying and to reach other people that might also enjoy the topics we bring. But without further ado, let's dive in. So, U.S. Airlines with the most lost and delayed bags. No passenger wants to be the one waiting at the baggage carousel when it slowly comes to a halt without their bag on it. But in 2024, over 2 million air travelers had checked bags that were lost, delayed, or damaged on a domestic flight in the U.S., according to the Bureau of Transportation Statistics, BTS. While that number represents a small share of the 494 million bags that were checked domestically throughout the year, it's still a good idea to arm yourself with knowledge the next time you're booking a flight to aid in that endeavor. We've dug into the data to find out which airlines lose the most and least bags. Okay, let's look at it. Number 10, Allegiant Air. Number of bags mishandled per 100 and planned is 0.20. So, of the 10 major U.S. airlines in the report, budget carrier Allegiant Air had the lowest rate of mishandled baggage in 2024. Guys, I apologize. I'm at my sister's place and my nephew is here and wants me to go play basketball with him. I will do that after this video. So while the carrier is known for its no-frills experience and low fares, Allegiant proved to be a safe bet in at least one area, check bags. Number 9, JetBlue Airways. Number of bags mishandled per U.S. Per 100 and planned is 0.35. The second best U.S. airline for checked bags in 2024 was New York City-based JetBlue Airways. I usually fly JetBlue if I had to make the choice. The airline mishandled a little over 48,000 of the 13 million bags that checked in last year. And unfortunately, JetBlue didn't perform quite as well when it came to on-time performance, with the second worst percentage of on-time flights after Frontier Airlines. Number 8, Frontier Airlines, what we just spoke about. So number of bags mishandled per 100 implanted is 0.40. So you probably want to pack light if you're traveling on Frontier Airlines. Daniel, don't worry, I'll be with you in a second. Since the low-cost carrier charges for both checked and carry-on luggage, it doesn't fit underneath the seat in front of you. If you do have to check a bag, however, at least there's a fair chance of it arriving on time at the carousel. So Frontier had the third best ranking for checked baggage performance. Number 7, Hawaiian Airlines. I've never flown them before. Should be interesting to try them one day. Number of bags mishandled per 100 and planned is 0.41. So more than 25,000 Hawaiian Airlines customers faced delays, lost, or damaged bags in 2024. But if it's any consolation, the chances of arriving in paradise without your bag are still low. And that number represented less than 0.5% of bags that were checked on the airline for the full year. That's somewhat impressive. Number 6, Southwest Airlines, a favorite by many of my friends who travel for business within the U.S. So the number of bags mishandled per 100 and planned over there is 0.42. Southwest was long known for a generous checked bag policy, in which every customer received 2 bags free of charge, but the airline recently announced it would begin charging for checked baggage for the first time. It remains to be seen if the airline's new policy will have any effect on its bag handling record, right, which was sort of middle of the pack in 2024 before the change was announced. Number 4, Spirit Airlines, which is a tie. So number of bags mishandled per 100, 0.44. Like Frontier, Spirit is known for its sort of a la carte pricing model, charging for everything from carry-on and check bags, a bottle of water on the plane, or even a printed boarding pass at the airport. However, if you pay for bags before you arrive at the airport, you can save some on the baggage fees. So they tie with Delta Airlines, which I use frequently also. Number of bags mishandled per 100 and plane is 0.44. So Delta ranked number one when it came to on-time performance among U.S. airlines in 2024. But baggage was another story. The Atlanta-based airline was near the bottom of the rankings for mishandled baggage, tying with Spirit Airlines. However, like on many airlines these days, you can at least keep track of your bags via the Fly Delta app, which provides real-time tracking updates. Or what some of my friends and I do is, you toss an air tag or something like that into your luggage and you can sort of track where it is. Number 3, Alaska Airlines. Number of bags mishandled per 100 and plane is 0.58. Alaska Airlines is among the worst U.S. airlines for its baggage handling. But fortunately, the airline has offered a 20-minute on-time guarantee since 2010. Delta has a similar policy. In fact, I'm a little partial to Delta. A friend of mine is a flight attendant on there. He lives in Atlanta. If your checked bags on Alaska don't arrive on the carousel within 20 minutes of your flight's arrival, you receive a $25 discount code for 2,500 bonus miles for the inconvenience. It's a nice perk. 2, United Airlines. Number of bags mishandled per 100 and plane, 0.66. United had the second highest rate of mishandled baggage among U.S. airlines in 2024. Because United is one of the largest carriers in the U.S., that translated to quite a few lost bags throughout the year. Over 500,000 bags, 500,000 on United, and its regional sort of code-share partners operating under the United Express brand were late, lost, or damaged. And that brings us to number 1, American Airlines. The number of bags mishandled per 100 and plane is 0.79. So if you're wondering which airline has the highest chance of losing or misplacing your checked luggage, according to the BTS data, the answer is American Airlines. The carrier mishandled more than 880,000 checked bags and also ranked at the bottom in the 2023 report. So it might be worth choosing a different carrier if you have the option and plan to check bags. At the very least, be sure to toss an Apple AirTag, like I mentioned earlier, or a similar Bluetooth tracker in your bag before you head on your trip, so you can always keep an eye on its progress throughout your journey. I remember last year a friend visited from Hong Kong, and they had left her bags there when she arrived at Heathrow Airport in London. She was able to track her bags and see that her bags were still in Hong Kong, even though she had arrived in London. Very interesting. So let's go over the data a little bit in case you're wondering. So to compile this list, we sort of consulted the Air Travel Consumer Report from the U.S. Bureau of Transportation Statistics, BTS, for data from January to December 2024. So the numbers of mishandled bags reported above represent checked bags that were lost, right? So the numbers I mentioned in this story represent checked bags that were lost, damaged, delayed, or pilfered for domestic non-stop scheduled passenger flights. Well, that brings us to the end of this episode. I hope you guys have all had a great summer as the back-to-school season starts, NFL starting soon, NBA getting into gear, and all the things we love about fall season, the leaves changing, pumpkins, etc. That brings us to the end of this episode. Please head over to buymeacoffee.com/SamsonKing to support the channel. We always appreciate it. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. And as always, thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you next time.